Hello, hello, everyone. Welcome to our I Ching coin, throwing the coins. And this is Shelly Liedtke here in our Chiron study group. We have a new name for our group now this week that Stephanie has set up for us. And we're still going to be continuing with the human design information Friday mornings and connection there. And then we're looking forward to bringing in other light workers. Got a little bit tongue twisted there. Hi, Catherine. Hey, Lori. How's it going, ladies? I love these cute little stickers. Oh my goodness. Okay. Awesome. Very good. So I'll just start getting the cards out here, but how are things going with you, Lori? Getting into the flow of my next project. That sounds cool. I've been working on stuff this week. I'm working on a little class ebook guidebook for self-care that I've had for a while, and I am pleased with how it's turned out. So and I also found a wonderful platform that it feels like I've finally found the home for my courses. So now I'm going to move as quickly as I ever so possibly can and start getting things ready in there. So I've been watching tutorials, and it looks like I have found what I really was looking for. Nothing else like landed properly. Like it, there's, you know, one thing here that was missing or there or whatever, but this platform that someone shared with me, it has everything that I was looking for in it so that I can support my students, and it'll run smoothly for my business and everything. So I'm super excited about that. Anyway, yeah. So the guidebook, it just has like simple, you know, ways that you can evaluate where you're at on your self-care, connecting with yourself, and improvements, you know, evaluating where you can make improvements, and seeing what's really going on to help you get moving forward. So and loving yourself, as Mr. Witecki says, loving yourself and loving yourself some more. So that's what it's all about. Oh, got a little hair in my mouth or something. It's like we mentioned last week, like it's the hokey pokey, you know. That's what it's all about. So number one, your relationship with yourself, and then with God's source, and then also being able to have healthy relationships and set sacred boundaries for yourself, healthy boundaries. Hey, Stephanie, it's nice to see you here. How are things going? Just getting the cards out, chatting for a sec. I mentioned that you changed the name of the group to Chiron's study group. It's going to take me a minute to get used to that, but I will get the hang of it. Catherine says, hokey pokey is what I was going to say as soon as you said that. Yeah. Yep. Oh, I think he was a genius writing that song, because it certainly applies to life, that's for sure. Hey, David, how's it going? Nice to see you here. Stephanie says, doing okay. Yes, thank you. Very good. Very good. I got a tickly nose tonight, so excuse me. And I did get tissues. That was unexpected last week that I started having tears coming up. Oh gosh, I don't know. Maybe somebody can do a search real quick online and see who wrote the Hokey Pokey. I do have tissues tonight, just in case. Stephanie says they got back in town last night. Super. Yeah, so you had fun with your son. Was it two of your sons or your one son? So I want to share a couple of crystals I have. These are super awesome. So this has, I believe this is quartz, but it has, I really love these crystals. See that beautiful pink tourmaline in there? If the camera will, let's see. If the camera will focus on it, maybe I'll do it if I put it over here. Because these are insanely gorgeous crystals. I have them sitting here on my desk because I use them for a quantum touch session for someone that doesn't seem to be wanting to. I've noticed with the camera, if I'm trying to take pictures of the cameras, I don't know if you guys have had that happen, like taking pictures of my crystals, the cameras don't seem to want to focus on the crystal. That's funny. Now this one here, I bought them both at the same time, and if you notice deep inside, there's another little piece of pink tourmaline in there. I know it's not clear there. But when there is a fully formed crystal inside of another crystal, it's called a manifestation crystal, which is super awesome. So if you have any crystals, maybe examine them and see if there might be a crystal growing inside of one. I have another, I don't know if I've got, there's another one I have here. Oh, this might be it. Yeah. If you have any crystals with little crystals growing inside. Okay, so this one, I don't know if you're going to be able to see it, but right here you can see inside like a little shiny, right there. Oh, it decided to focus that time. See that right inside there? That is a little crystal that's growing inside of this crystal. I've had this crystal for about, I don't know, maybe 25 years now. And when I first got it, it didn't have that little crystal inside of it. And I noticed one day it started growing. I could see a little baby crystal growing inside of it. And it is absolutely insanely pristine. So, yay. So look for crystals that have little baby crystals growing inside them. They're called manifestation crystals. David says, I'm in Valparaiso. Oh my goodness, I have been there. Indiana, scouting out, returned to where I lived 20 years ago. Super cool. My brother lives in that area. Let's see. Maria says, hi, Shelly. Hi, Maria. Yeah. So crystals are cool. I wish that this one would focus. Maybe if I put both of my hands up there like I did just a sec. Because the tourmaline is extremely clear in this. It's unusually clear. It's just not going to do it. I've had some people tell me the reason the camera won't focus is because they're high vibe, but I really don't know if that's true. Oh, David, very cute. Okay, my friend Pam knows your brother. Yes, Pam. Pam mentioned to me that she knows my brother. He's awesome. I'm gonna have to say. He does have his moments. Everybody, everybody's human, but he is awesome. He knows a lot of stuff. He's super talented at NATE. So if anybody in that area needs, if you're looking for NATE treatments, he does offer them. Oh, to try again to show you the tourmaline. Yeah, it might just come into focus suddenly like that one did. So anyway. All right, I think we'll get going. Everything's set up here. And I'm grateful to have you all here. Thank you for being here. Maria says, sometimes the picture is better and you could always post in the group. Oh, that is a good idea, Maria. Yeah, because I just love these. They're just, I don't know, they feel lovey to me. So, yes, I have my hat on tonight. I felt like I needed it. So, yeah. The hat, I love the hat. I think it's cute. So I do like my hats. Anyway, I just wish I could find other colors, you know. I have a green one. I could wear the green one. It's kind of a beautiful olive green color one. I can wear that on Friday and see. Maria says, I bet you were such a sweet, gentle, kind child. Oh, well, I have my moments, my dear. Yeah, I'm not all kind and gentle. So as we've looked at the body graph, people do perceive me as being kind and gentle, and I'm going to have to say most of the time I am. But that shaman channel in there, the 2551 channel that's activated in my design, Shaitan refers to that as the lion's roar. And yep, that will come out if I get my buttons pushed enough. So I'm not, I'm definitely human. Marie says, I would have wanted to be your friend if we were in school way back. Oh, you know, being in school, like especially in elementary school, but even in uh, junior high and high school, um, I would end up spending time with the children that were, say, they were deaf or they were considered there was something wrong with them. Like one of my little friends, she had 2 rows of teeth and she had 6 fingers, which I thought was super cool. Um, she had 2 thumbs, like she had on both hands, and if anybody tried to pick on these children, they would collect around me and my sister. And if any of them tried to pick on any of these children, we would defend them. So yeah, I do have a grouchy piece in my way of being if I need to have it pop out. Maria says, what's wrong with vocalizing when something bothers you? We must learn to do it grounded and calmer now. I agree. Yep. Marie says, see, that was me too. I would go and say hi to all the oddballs that live so we were not lonely. We're soul sisters. I believe so. You've been on here enough. I feel like we would enjoy spending time together. I agree. So, okay, my dears, let's go ahead and just either write down on a piece of paper where you're at, or in your, you're welcome to share in the thread. You don't need to, this is obviously public information, and we really don't need to have our questions verbalized for everyone else if you don't want to. Actually, sometimes I've been listening to Scott Cruz, and he's like, don't feed the psychic. So, yeah, Christopher Witecki suggests Scott Cruz, and I've enjoyed a couple of his sessions on his YouTube Live. So hold your question in your heart space as we throw the coins here and draw cards for you, or whatever other sugar we're going to um, uh, sprinkle all over your readings, you and your readings for this evening. And it's good to write it down. Handwriting activates your hand-mind coordination, as well as connects with you at the DNA level. I'm looking forward to being able to get my handwriting classes set up on this new platform I'm looking at. I actually had someone request that we're hoping that they have a couple of children in their family that she's hoping will take my handwriting classes from me. The children now in school are not being taught handwriting, and it's actually a necessary part of our development. It shows our development as intelligent, uh, as a form of higher intelligence, like being able to do math, communicate in the written word, those kinds of things. So it's super, super important, and it helps us at deeper layers in our system than we can imagine. So if you want to go up ahead and take just a moment, write down your question, make it a specific question that as we throw the coins here this evening, you can receive a message from the quantum field for your specific concern. So let's go ahead and just sit in stillness for a moment. After rushing around during the day, get in our heart space, connect with your core energy field. Connect with God's source. Place a big ball of light in your heart space. Take a nice deep breath and breathe even more light and allow it to expand and fill up your auric field. Notice the energy fields of everyone who is here in the group next to you in spirit space. Send light and love to each one. That beautiful pink tourmaline light. For everyone who is watching this replay as well. Take a nice deep breath. Okay. All right. I have my three little coins here. In case there's anyone who doesn't know about I Ching throwing the coins, this is the way that the I Ching culture used to get their oracle readings for guidance and direction from the, I don't know, quantum realm or creative mind or universal mind, however you want to put it. And they started out using yarrow reeds, but then they started using the little Chinese coins. And I have some replicas here that I really, really love playing with. They just feel really awesome to me. So what we're going to do is we're going to take 3 coins, and for each of the lines in each hexagram or gate in the Chinese I Ching has 6 chop marks in it. We're going to throw these coins 3 different times, and it will form a hexagram, which is the energy of where we are right now or have been playing with. Then if it has what's called a changing line, then it will create a new hexagram that is an invitation to move forward to. And also our quick little disclaimer of these readings are for educational and entertainment purposes only and not for diagnosing or prescribing. And we invite you to connect with the wisdom of your human design life chart and your hologenetic profile for making choices for yourself. If I say anything that doesn't ring true for you, just set it aside or throw it out the window. You can take or leave anything that I say. So Maria says, where is Christopher Witecki? You're about to miss some cool guidance. Oh goodness, Maria, thank you. That's cute. Oh, the coin went down my sleeve. Okay, rolling for the first line. So hold your question in your heart space. Okay, and we have 3 heads. Get my little 3 heads is a yang line, so that's a straight, unbroken line. That's the male archetypal line. Because it's 3 heads, it's a changing line, and so in the new hexagram we'll be forming will be a yin line, which is a broken or feminine archetypal line. Okay, and for the second line, okay, we have 2 tails and a head, and looking at my little key, 2 tails and a head, that would be a yin line, which is the broken feminine archetypal line on the second line. And then rolling for the third line, Stephanie says, I like Scott Cruz. He's in Aquarius. Oh, totally relatable, huh, Stephanie? Okay, so Stephanie's a step 29 Aquarius, and I have a step 29 Aquarian moon. So in my natal chart, weirdness galore. Okay, the third line. The third line is 1 tail and 2 heads. So that's a yin line, or the broken line. Then the fourth line We have 3 heads. Oh, excuse me. No. These are tails. They all have a little dragon on them. Okay, so 3 tails. That's the yin line, changing to a yang line in the new hexagram that we'll be moving towards. Then for the 5th line, we have another changing line. So it's 3 tails again. So this is a yin line changing to a yang line. And then rolling for the 6th line, hold your question in your heart space. Okay. And then 2 heads and a tail. So that is a yang unbroken line. Okay, so again, I'm going to be referring to this. This image is in the group, this graphic, so you can refer to this little chart. I forgot to plop it into the event listing for today, but it is in the images, and there, I believe I put in the images, and there's also in the files, there's a PDF document that I made for this chart as well, so that you can refer to it if you want to. And let's see which hexagram we formed. We have, for the lower trigram, we have yang, yin, yin, which is the joyous lake. So joyous lake below. And in the upper trigram, we have yin, yin, yang. So it's kind of opposite there. That is the mountain. Okay, so we have mountain above, lake below, and that creates gate 41, the gate of imagination. And let's see which hexagram was formed on the other side. It is heaven above and earth below. So I believe this is gate 12, but let me check my memory here and make sure that I'm recognizing properly. Yes, it is gate 12. So gate 12 is the gate of caution and standstill, like we talked about in study group last Friday. And then gate 41 is the first hexagram, and that is the gate of imagination. So the gate of imagination, it's being able to imagine the possibilities of what can happen and using your imagination to do so. So, oh, and I need to go up and write down who showed up on the call first and everything. So I'm going to pause real quick here and do that. Catherine showed up first because this thread will disappear in just a second. Catherine, and it might have already disappeared. Oh no. Everybody put your names in here. That there's Catherine, David. I didn't write that down as soon as it happened. Stephanie, if I don't mention your name, please pop your name in there again. Stephanie, Maria, because I lost part of my thread from okay, let me see. You know what? I am going to pull up. I'm going to pull up the page because I want to make sure I got everybody. Hang on just a second. It feels like I've missed somebody. Okay. Comments. Lori. I thought that I had missed somebody. Okay. Lori. And I believe I've got everybody now. Okay. All right. So I have Catherine, Lori, David, Stephanie, and Maria. Okay. All right. Very good. Thank you, Catherine. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Lori. Okay. I believe I've got everyone. Okay. So the gate of imagination, it kind of like if you imagine a glass, you have a glass and it's half full of water. Some people would say it's half empty, but some people are going to say it's half full. Half full is remaining optimistic as the possibilities, which is where this gate ideally from the higher expression would help guide us to. And taking time to imagine what possibly can happen in the situation, whatever it is that you're looking at, or looking at doing or having happen or experiencing, and imagining what is possible to fill up the rest of the class. Are you going to fill it up, with some apple juice? You could put some sparkling water in there. You could put some some ice in there. That might fill it up all the way. You could take it to the tap and fill it up the rest of the way. You could bring a pitcher to it and fill it up the rest of the way. So you can kind of get the idea. This is a way that you can help use your imagination to visualize the foundation of what you would like to bring into the world or what is possible. Now, sometimes if it's in the what we would term the shadow frequency, some fantasizing might come in. So now this is kind of funny because some people would think there's been people in the earth plane that have actually seen fairies. So determining what is real and what is not real, right? And what can really happen or what cannot really happen. And I would say, my purple dragons with pink wings isn't going to land on the front lawn and take me for a ride. Maybe there might be some time in the future where we might experience things like that happening in the earth plane, but for now, that's not happening. So we want to be able to visualize what the reality of the situation is and not start fantasizing. Eats, this isn't a good time to be promoting yourself, my dear. If you want to offer your services, then you can do that in the Serious Joy group, or you can pop a separate offering into the thread in the Chiron study group, if you could do that and not do it here for now, because this isn't a good time to do that. Okay, thank you so much. All right, so we're moving from only using our imagination and then moving towards the gate of caution. Okay. Just a moment, everyone. Just editing the thread here. Okay, all right. Okay, thank you for your patience with that. All right, so moving from imagination to caution, meaning pause and get clear on what you really want to be creating. And you're so welcome, Lori. And take the time necessary that you need. Like that could be a short pause, it could be a long pause. and be in your own space is what that would be, and move forward once you get clarity from that point. So we've got 3 changing lines here in our gate of imagination, and in which is gate 41. So let me turn to that page here in my book, and we will see what those lines say. So the first line was the initial changing line here, and it says moderating, finding the balance between giving and receiving, being either centered and clear or headstrong in your handling of how you use your energies. So having moderate action, um, using moderation and finding balance. Like you want to maintain equilibrium as you move forward with whatever it is. Make sure that everything balances out, that it's actually something that can be done, and it brings that calm, centered feeling inside yourself. And then the fourth line is also changing. So it says examining shortcomings. Diminishing your poor habits increases your fortunes. By acknowledging what does not fulfill, you begin to attract fresh resources and experiences. Okay, so again, inviting us to take time to evaluate inside of ourselves, like, is there a way that I can do things better than I did last time? Are there habits that I need to change, and taking a good look at that? I feel like this so far with this 40 days of past life and karma that Christopher and his team has started in the Serious Joy membership is a good example of how we can apply this energy as well. I've really enjoyed these first days of the evaluation questions. It's been super helpful to be able to just get clear on where the upsets are coming from. And part of me was like, oh my gosh, I might need like some to get some support for whatever I stir up. So hopefully he's going to help us resolve some of that as we move forward. But so here it says, by acknowledging what does not fulfill, meaning what doesn't fill up your cup, like what really lights up your heart space, you begin to attract fresh resources and experiences. So cutting away what isn't fulfilling, what's not going to serve you, what's not realistic, and opening up the space of being able to attract whatever's going to fill up your gate. Catherine says, what gate did you start with and end with? I got lost. Okay, so the first hexagram we rolled was gate 41, and the changing lines, Catherine, if you have your little book, is the first line, the fourth line, and the fifth line. So we were just talking about the fourth line in gate 41. And you can look in any I Ching book that's going to outline these for you, so you can get another angle on the message. And then the fifth line is also changing. It says being recognized. Inner clarity ensures rewards. Watching how you and others deal with constraints, whether you find completion or not. So whether or not you get your cup filled up isn't the issue in the expression of this line, but recognizing when you have inner clarity and trusting, because you have inner clarity, there will be somewhat of a reward, whatever that looks like, by being careful and watching as you move forward. And that leads us into our gate 12, which is the invitation of stepping towards the gate of caution. So being watchful, pausing, taking plenty of time before moving forward, so that you can move forward with confidence and ease. And hold the space of doing that. So ideally, we would look at the overall message of the new hexagram, which is making sure you're stopping so you can make a wise decision. Basically, in a nutshell, that's what gate 12 is. You might see that in the I Ching, it's called standing still, hindrance, taking stock, the gate of caution. But really, it's just saying, have caution moving forward, be observant, watchful, take a pause. Kind of like a little squirrel running around in the woods. He doesn't just keep running, he runs, and then he pauses and he perks up his ears and he listens for what's going on, and then he runs a few more steps and does the same thing until he gets back to his little home. So, hey, Lindsay, how are you doing? We're just at the end of doing our throwing the coins and talking about the message there, what we're moving from and going to. So maybe in the replay you can come back and revisit that. So the first hexagram that we just did was we rolled imagination, which is gate 41, and we're moving towards gate 12, the gate of caution. So, okay. All right, so hopefully that opens up a little bit of insights for anyone here on the call. Okay, awesome, very good. And we can just head right into, unless anyone has any ahas they got, maybe how have these activations been showing up in your life recently that you want to share. David says gate 12 perfectly describes my life right now. Okay, beautiful. Sometimes it's just good to pause. Just have a nice big pause. Now, as I've mentioned before, my conscious sun gate activation in my human design chart is gate 12. And there are some days where I think I'm going to have a bunch of things on my plate, and notice the big active word there, think. You know, plans that I've made, but then God Universe steps in and says, no, you're going to take naps all day. That's not what you're going to do. You're going to take naps all day. You're not going to do your to-do list. And then I just take the time necessary. I'll sit on the back porch. I will lay down and rest, or whatever it is that I'm being guided to do. And then other days I just get loads done, like yesterday. Once I was clear on the courses platform that I was shown, I immediately, well, I took my time for emotional clarity, but it felt calm and unmoving everywhere. And I realized that it was feeling like home. So I went ahead and purchased access to it and got myself moving forward. So now I'm watching tutorials and getting ready to connect my domain name and et cetera, et cetera. So I'm excited about that. So yesterday was a very busy day. Today is very busy as well. Lindsay says, nice, exciting, caution. I know a lot about that. Do you have that activated in your design, Lindsay? I don't think we've talked about that before. Lori says, I'm usually in caution. Okay. All right. Lindsay says, LOL, embrace the naps. Oh, yes, for sure. And you know, our bodies, that's the time when our bodies can actually rejuvenate themselves, is when we're sleeping. Lori says, I love the feeling like home confirmation. Yes, that's what you're looking for in emotional clarity, by the way. Emotional clarity in a human design chart doesn't mean you're super excited, like, oh my gosh, this is so amazing. That's not emotional clarity at all. Emotional clarity is deep inner calmness, unmoving, like I just said a moment ago, feeling like home, like you found your place to stand or sit or be, or, you know, put your head down on the pillow. It's where you belong. You'll have a belonging feeling, like it's unmoving, and that's where you belong. There will not be emotions coming with it other than that deep inner stillness, calmness, or peace. So if anyone's struggling with the emotional clarity piece in their chart, that's what you're looking for. It's an unmoving, fixed feeling, like, you know, you belong there. Lindsay says, I don't think so. I don't think I have gate 12, but is that connected to gate 22? Yes. Lindsay says, because that's my personality moon. Okay, all right. So your natural way of being. So your personality moon, that's how you attract energies, abundance, relationships, whatever it is, to you in your space, particularly relationships. But it can be attraction. That's in the gene keys. It's the attractions. It's like how you attract your relationships to you in the Venus sequence. So it's the second part of the golden path. Okay. All right. So, and the way you know what flavor of relationships you're attracting to yourself is your line expression. So the line is flavored by the gate, the archetypal energy of the gate. For a long time I thought it was the other direction around, but it's just not. The gate flavors the line. Lindsay says, yes, for sure. Gate 22, line 3 is my personality moon. Awesome. Very cool. I think 22, line 3 is my unconscious Chiron. So, you know, you can kind of get these little themes, especially after listening to Mr. Liedtke, and start applying the step astrology as well. And if you look at Shaitan's book, so what we're talking about is, and this is my scribbly book. I don't have the other one out right now, but if you look on in Shaitan's Book of Lines, you can see which channel it's included in, this funny camera. And then right here, it will show the step astrology. So the third line in gate 22 is either step 18 or step 19. So, and that is, yeah, that's how you find which potential step astrology or degree that you have in your gate activation. And I will have a way to request your astrology from my booking app soon. So I have my little sticky note, and we'll get that available. All right, so Catherine, do you have a particular question? Lindsay says, yes, interesting synchronicity. Yep, for sure. So, okay, Catherine, do you have a particular question that you want to hold in your heart space for your card draw, your oracle reading this evening? I have the little angel cards here. I'm just going to quickly shuffle them. So our little angel cards, we have the crystals, we have the crop circle cards, we have the astro dice. So if you want astro dice, we have our little keys, our little butterflies, our transformational butterflies, gratitude cards from Julia Cameron, the Wisdom Keeper deck from Rosie Aronson. I felt like it was good to bring in Masaru Emoto's crystal deck, the little water crystal deck that he had created. And I have the inquiry card deck here on the hexagrams as well. So Catherine, if you want to let me know if you feel drawn to any one of those in particular. If not, I will go ahead and intuitively draw. I'll wait just a moment. Stephanie says, my personality Mercury is at gate 22 and the first line. Look at all of us gate 22s tonight. Wow. So the 1222 channel is the channel of openness, like connecting with spirit, but connecting with other people. Catherine says, crop circle cards, inquiry card, and angel card. Okay, very beautiful. I'm going to set this over here so I have a clear space. I have little post-it notes glued to my desk, so just moving a couple of them. I laughed the other day when Christopher Liedtke said he has post-it notes all over the house. Oh my gosh, I have them everywhere myself. I thought that was funny. Okay, so let's start out. It feels like starting out with the inquiry card is the best option here. And then we will do these other two. Okay, so just hold your question in mind in your heart space, your heart mind. And everyone, if you would like to send light to Catherine for her reading. Oh, this is interesting because this question came up in our study group on Friday. I did post the replay, so if you want to check out the replay, but question here is, what am I hungry for? So the example that I gave on Saturday was kind of an odd one, but the reason I shared it is because the shadow frequency of gate 35 is hunger, and that was gate 35 is one of the gates in the sign of Gemini. In this case, this isn't in a negative. This card doesn't mean that this implies that this is like an unbalanced hunger, right? But it could be an unbalanced hunger. Getting clear on what we're hungry for is super important. And I just listened to a stray report. I don't know, it's probably been 3 years or more ago. I think I was on Gaia TV. And it may have been David Wilcock that mentioned this, but he mentioned that the man that was the head of Hitler's program to institute what they were wanting to institute, there's only one known picture of that man, and so he kept himself hidden. But then also he made the statement that if he knew it, once he knows what an individual is truly hungry for, then he would be able to control them, basically. So it's really, really important for each of us as individuals to understand what we're truly hungry for deep down inside, at the foundation of who we are. So that's what's coming to my mind regarding this question. But Catherine, there could be other other things that come to your mind. So pay attention to those, of course, over anything that I would say. And I'll draw out an angel card here for you. Okay, and the card motivation, the angel of motivation. So we'll go ahead and look that up and see what message comes through. And then I'll show you the crop circle card so that you can help ground in the energy and receive a message from that. Just checking which paragraph. It says this is a movement card. Watch for growth and new direction ahead. Look for new incentives, new energy. And then next it says, why are you procrastinating? What is blocking the movement? Do what is needed to remove the obstacles, then prepare for smooth sailing ahead. What are the hidden motives involved? Do not be influenced until you see clearly. This feels like it goes with the hexagrams that we drew, created with throwing the coins this evening. Like what I'm seeing, the image I'm being shown in my inner sight or inner vision is to pause and get clear on what is growing and in what direction, and is it easy growth, and is it a natural direction of growth. And then once you get clear on where you're moving, where you need to move forward, then noticing if there's anything that may be holding you back or you've been perceiving is holding you back, and then do whatever's necessary to remove those obstacles, and then and get yourself moving forward from a space of clarity. And then the crop circle card, and hopefully the camera will focus on this, it has a feeling of moving forward, like with focus, like the little kind of like if you were turning a fan, or if there was a tire that was going to grip the road or whatever, and moving forward with that. So I'm just going to hold that up there a little bit longer. It feels like I need to hold it there just to receive the energy. Okay. And we'll get the angel number because it's number 37 here. And let's see what it says. It says you are divinely guided on the right track by the ascended masters. Turn to them during meditation and prayers for guidance, answers, and reassurance. The ascended masters are pleased with the path you've chosen and they want to help you. So you could call for help to remove obstacles and help you get moving is what I was being shown just now. And oh my goodness, this card was underneath in the deck and I feel drawn to sharing it. It feels so heart opening and delightful. So I'm just going to hold it there for just a moment. I wish the camera would focus properly. There it goes. Okay, that feels beautiful. How many points are on that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's 9 points on that star. So with the step astrology, that would be getting moving forward. So maybe that's an add-on to, yeah, but you mean this second one does, David? David says it looks like an iris in a camera. Do you mean this second one with the star or the one that was Catherine's? Okay, the one that we drew for Catherine. Like it's opening the shutter, is that what you mean? On a camera? So maybe looking at the way you're moving forward in a different light, Catherine? Could look at it that way. Okay, thank you, David. Appreciate that. Okay. Like Catherine, which lens are you looking at life through? Like you have lots of different lenses you're looking at the world through, and which lens? It's kind of like which hat are you wearing? You know, women quite often have several hats that they've got to wear. You know, taking care of children or grandchildren or a job or whatever it is, house cleaning, yard care. So which hat are you wearing? Which lens are you using to focus on life? Catherine says that fits. I've been focusing on lifestyle changes, diet, and decluttering, and I feel that I'm opening up. Very good. Thank you, David. That was a nice contribution. Okay. All right. So let's see who is next here. I believe it was Lori. Yep. And last week, oh my gosh, after we did Christopher's reading, it was like I couldn't remember anything we had just done. It was like I went into a different land somewhere. So I'm going to put check marks this time. Lori says crop circles, butterflies, and snowflakes. Oh, that sounds delightful, Lori. Okay. Hey. Okay. Just hold your question or concern in your heart space. If you don't have a specific question, just, you know, what's good for you to hear now. That will work as well. Okay. Oh, I'm gonna shuffle that again. Yeah, okay. Alrighty, very good. That one. Okay. All right, I'm gonna hold up the crop circle card. Notice any first impressions you get while you're looking at this. The impression I'm getting is, notice that top little circle there, and everything seems to be coming out of it, like there's an originating cause of some kind. that you're moving towards having something beautiful develop and blossom and grow out in the world. Like you started from an initial idea or project or something that you were wanting to create. And as you moved forward with it, I don't know that you're all the way right here is what I'm getting. Maybe you're like back here 2 or 3 steps, but eventually it will blossom if you continue moving in the direction that you're at. That's the impression I'm getting. So let's see. Butterfly. Lori says horn of plenty. Cool. Yeah, you definitely don't feel like you need to type your questions into the thread. I don't want you to do that. Okay. Okay, your transformational butterfly. Now, this is odd because as soon as I saw this butterfly, the message I got was look at both sides of the coin. You need to bring conscious awareness to both sides of the coin, not just one, and make sure that you're looking at things you can't see or things like that would be hidden. So like the example that's coming to me, my husband, as I've mentioned, he works on a shop floor. He works for an architectural woodworking company. And, you know, of course, when they make cabinets, there's places inside the cabinet that nobody's ever going to see once the cabinet is assembled and put together. It will never be seen again by anyone's eyes, and the only people who see them are the ones that put the cabinet together. So what I'm getting from this is be mindful of the places that are not seen as well. The quality still needs to be maintained in the unseen areas so that the quality and the structure remains. And you know, in the little example I'm giving, so the cabinet stays together, you need to use the right screws, the correct drawer slides, if there's any dovetail or the proper wood or hardware or whatever that keeps the cabinet together, those things quite often are inside and never seen. So that the beautiful aspect of the cabinet is on the outside and enjoyed and used and taken care of that way. So that's the image I'm getting, like take care of what's going on the inside as well as the outside. So the beauty can be seen on the outside and enjoyed. And shuffle our little cards here. They're actually quite large cards. They're not small cards. Like I can't shuffle these the way you would, like if you're playing cards or whatever. Okay. Okay. So the message that Mr. Emoto put on this one is peace of mind. So I'll just hold this up here for a moment so you can receive the energy. Peace of mind. So by continuing forward on the track that you've been taking for your project and making sure both the seen and the unseen portions of the project are being taken care of and observed and handled, that this will bring you peace of mind in the end. Okay. All right, beautiful. Hopefully that was helpful, Lori. Oh, and your angel number that goes with this is number 35. for this prop circle. And it says, the Ascended Masters are asking you to make changes to increase your spiritual awareness and power. Team up with these loving and powerful masters to heal or to help you release those parts of your life that are no longer serving you and the light. Beautiful. So call upon your light team. They're ready there to help you and constantly sending you light. But let them know what you need so that they can help you. Okay. All right. Beautiful. Okay. And then David, were there particular cards or any of these items that you know that are here that you would like your cards drawn from? I do have the alphabet card deck here as well, so if anyone wants a letter drawn, so I have the letters here as well. Okay, inquiry card and a key for sure. Okay, and hopefully you're starting to feel better, David. I know you've been having a little bit of challenge, so hopefully things are starting to look up for you. And for your readings, if you don't have a particular question, it just is nice for an inquiry card to be drawn, if you want to have one of those. Okay. Okay. This one says, what's the right timing? There's lots of interesting shapes on this card. So there's reds and pinks, golds, pine green. Notice how this card makes you feel, David, if you have any impressions coming to you. The impression that's coming to me is this is an unusual timing. It's not what you would normally think. Like whatever is going on is unusual. Notice how the pattern in the card, like it looks like there's fibers and depth. Like if you could dive right in between the fibers and find more information or look behind. So if you look back behind those fibers, you can see that there's depth in there. So whatever this question is regarding, like look even deeper, is like there's great depth. Okay, David says good things on the horizon. All right, beautiful. And you wanted a key. So let's see, what's the key? The key is to remain in your heart. Hopefully you can see that. Yeah, there we go. To remain in your heart space. Come from your heart, consult your heart at every turn. And of course, listen to the wisdom of your human design strategy and type as well, to know when to get going. But I'm still getting that this is an unusual timing, that whatever the timing of it is, so you'll need to pay attention to your inner intuition to know when to move forward or what to do. Okay, all right, beautiful. Okay, hopefully that was helpful, David. And let's see, we have Stephanie next. Okay, Stephanie, do you have particular cards or anything here that you would like you to use? Stephanie says crop circle and one of each hexagon shaped cards. Okay. All right, beautiful. Hold your focus in your heart space. I'll send you light. More time. Okay, what needs to be completed? This is kind of cool. I like it. For some reason, it feels very tribal. Feels very tribal. What needs to be completed? Like you'll probably get, it needs to be grounded, whatever it is. Use your innovation to complete whatever it is that's needing to be tidied up and finished. You can bring your innovative qualities. And also the other impression, notice at the end, it's kind of like there's that little starburst with the dot in the center. Like keep focused on the main idea, even though there's lots of moving parts and components, so that you can bring in the one, like what's the one thing that ties everything together, and focus on that. Okay, and Elijah's card deck, Gene Keys card deck. Stephanie, when you draw cards, do you tap them 3 times when you do your own readings for yourself? Because I was just shown to tap these decks 3 times with my index finger. That's not what I normally do. So I'm wondering if you do that for yourself, because that's interesting. Okay, so I drew out the gate 23, or the Gene Key 23. So this is the gate of simplicity. And the temptation here is to make things too complex, like to keep adding things, but then there's too many things going on and not able to keep things together, or it could create chaos potentially. So keeping things super simple. I like to use the acronym, the KISS acronym, KISS, and keep it super simple, or keep it simple, sweetheart. The gate 23 is the gate of splitting apart, meaning cutting away what no longer serves, what doesn't belong, and then focusing on the most crucial details and grounding those so that they can be expressed correctly. Stephanie said, I hadn't noticed if I do, but I do have some OCD tendencies. Okay. Well, maybe, like if somebody's tapping their fingers on the table, they're wanting something to get going right now, and maybe that's what the energy is here, wanting things to be done already, wanting it to hurry along, and it just goes at its own pace regardless of what you do. So maybe that's what part of this energy is here. And then I'll shuffle here for the crop circle card. it kind of feels like part of you wants things to move faster than they are. Yeah, I think that might be what that is. Okay. And you know, we could end up feeling like that. Things are moving very fast in the world, and some of the stuff that's happening is quite alarming. We might not even have time to adjust. We need to listen to our inner intuition and guidance system. I believe personally that that's part of the reason we need to understand how we each as individuals get our get clear answers to our questions or which direction to head, because we might not, in the future, things are moving so fast, we might not have time to sit and just, you know, have pondering space. That may become very difficult for someone who has any pausing energy or retreat energy in their design. So understand how your design works and who you are, and if you need to step away from the fray, then do that. Get out of the midst of things, take time by yourself so that you can get clear from the voice of your design, your chart. Stephanie said, I've had time issues in general lately. Okay. All right. So here is the crop circle that was drawn out. I don't know if you got this one before. You might have had this one drawn before, Stephanie. If so, it's coming back around. Let me see if the camera will actually focus on the thing. Funny little lens there. I think we can get the general outline. So in the center, the dots just get smaller and smaller, like spiraling forward, moving forward. Like everything feels big right now, but as you move forward, you can see down the road and what needs to happen. Yeah, I think you may have had this card drawn before. I'm not 100% positive, but okay, and the angel number here is number 38. So let's look at that. It says increased abundance is coming your way, and the Ascended Masters wish to reassure you about financial support in your life. That's nice. Notice and follow the repetitive messages they give you through your thoughts, feelings, words, and visions. So maybe journal, like when you get intuitive hits or phrases or images in your inner mind's eye, that you make note of those so you can use them for guidance as you move forward. All right. Okay, hopefully that was helpful for you, Stephanie. Okay. Yeah, I don't know if it was you or someone else that drew that one. It kind of feels like it was you, but who knows? You're so welcome. Okay, let's see who is next. We have Maria. So Maria, if you're here with us still, are there specific little cards or whatever that you'd like me to draw from for your reading tonight? I'm going to put some lotion on. I'm waiting a second. Maria might not have been able to stay on with us. If not, then I'll just intuitively draw some cards for her. Okay, maybe she's not here. Maybe she had to drop off. All right, let me see. The action cards. And you're welcome, Lori. Yeah. And it feels like an angel card. And you know what's funny? I did not touch my little feather and it flew right up on top of the angel cards. And I did not, as far as I know, I didn't do anything to have it do that. So Maria, trust that the angels are with you, guiding and directing you in the challenges that you're experiencing right now. one more time. Okay. Okay, we've got the angel of opportunity. Angel of opportunity. So what is the opportunity in the experiences you're having right now? Sometimes when things are uncomfortable, we don't feel like there's any opportunity there. But when we stop and look and see, then we can draw opportunity from whatever's happening. It says you've created an opportunity for growth. It is now your choice how you will proceed. Know that this is a positive card that can help to transform situations that appear to be blocking or limiting new beginnings. Allow this card to be a springboard to positive change. The choice is yours. Trust that all things come together in a favorable manner. The timing is good for new projects. So maybe if you focus on something new that you've not had come to you before, and to engage your mind in a different way inside the experience that you're having, that will help the energy move forward. I like this trust piece because that's the impression that I got, and that the this is inviting or offering that the experiences you're having right now are helping you grow in a way that your soul intended right now in your life, even though it's feeling very uncomfortable. And trust that this will help you move into a more grounded way of living and being in your life than you have been experiencing. And then also a physical action card that you can help ground yourself in your reading today. Okay. All right, so the physical action card is inviting you to make eye contact in the mirror. So eye gazing with yourself, basically. Eye gazing can be a very powerful thing to do, especially with yourself. But if you have a friend that's comfortable doing eye gazing, that can be helpful as well. So is there anyone here that's done eye gazing before? Do you have experience with it? Eye gazing can be quite deeply profound. Okay. All right, and then I will do a card draw for Maris. She's not able to join us because it's the middle of night where she's at. The impression here is to use the dice for Maris. Oh, Lindsay. Oh, yes, yes. We need to do yours. Let's do yours before Maris, okay? I thought that I was missing. I'm so glad that you said something, Lindsay. Thank you. David says that he's done eye gazing. David, do you have anything that you want to share regarding it? You don't have to. Sometimes it can be quite cathartic to do eye gazing with someone. So if it's a personal thing you don't want to share, but if you're comfortable. David says, I've seen people's faces change like looking at their past lives. I had an experience once where it was a little uncomfortable because the gentleman's face was changing, yes. And when I was sharing in the group that I was in, I think some people didn't like what I saw, but you know, you see what you see. So Lindsay says, okay, Wisdom Keeper, Angel card, and an action card. Okay. And yes, you're a lovely reflector. Thank you for being here with us. Okay, so for those who are not as familiar with the human design system, reflectors represent less than 1% of the global population overall. And Lindsay is our reflector here with us this evening. Thank you, Lindsay. Reflectors can, they're super valuable to have in communities. They can carry the shaman energy in a community. They're here to taste and sample the energies of the environment and determine what tastes good to them or not, and then offer feedback. Like if you were, if you can imagine the audience in a theater is the reflector energy type as a whole, and they're going to say boo, or they're going to clap, or they're going to cry, or whatever, because they're sampling the energies in the movie, and they're giving feedback. So reflectors do that. Like, yes, we're having a mighty fine day, or no, it's a very dark, dreary day. It was a dark and dreary day, you know, that kind of thing. Okay. Or it was a bright and sunshiny day and it was super amazing. I loved it. I want to do that again. Okay. Angel card and Wisdom Keeper card. Lindsay says, thank you for all your kind words on reflectors. Oh, I absolutely love reflectors. Yeah. My son's a reflector. I'm in reflector groups here on Facebook. I have reflectors attracted to my website. So I just love, love, love reflectors. Okay, and if you have a reflector in your life, you'll want to understand how reflectors work, live, and be in the world, and so you can support them, because they're definitely a lovely thing to have in our lives. Okay. All right, so Wisdom Keeper, and you want to physical action. I'm going to pull all these out before I turn any of them over, Lindsay, and then we can I don't know, it feels like you know, childlike curiosity thing. I like to do them that way. Alrighty, my dear. Let's see which one. Okay, dream. So your physical action card is dream. I didn't intend to turn that over first, but it felt correct to grab that one and turn it over. So this is the one we're looking at first. So spend time dreaming, and you know, sitting outside, watching the clouds go by, like, you know, spending time, even like we were talking earlier. I don't know if you were on the call earlier, like taking naps if you need to. I'll go look, Stephanie. Hang on just a second, everyone. Stephanie sent me a private message. Let me see what that is. Can I share that message, Stephanie? That's funny. You know, shift happens. If there's emotions, there's emotions. Okay. All right. So Stephanie's message says Christopher Witecki would like you to pull cards as well for him, as long as you don't cry. So last week there was a lot of emotions that came up while I was doing Christopher's drawing. So card draw. Funny. Okay. Lindsay, your wisdom keeper is wisdom keeper of self-assurance, which is gate 20 or gene key 20. So the phrase that just came to me is trust that as you move forward, all is working out well, even though you might not see things moving right now. Like you don't, if you've been tempted to feel anxious or worried about things not moving or not going forward like you would like, trust that things are moving, the universe is moving you forward, and be in the space of the now, like what's happening around you right now, and working with those energies, and keep holding the ideal vision of your dream in mind of what you have moving forward. And oh wow, I think you got a miracle angel. Oh my goodness. Let's see if we can get the camera to focus on her because she's cute. I don't know if it will. This funny little camera here. It's not, you guys. Oh my goodness. Okay, you can kind of get the idea. These ladies just made some cute. Let me see if I sneak up on it. Nope, it's just not doing it, guys. Oh heavens. Okay, let's see. Miracle angel. Miracle angels are at the front. Universal angels. Let me see. Got to find the picture that matches. It's the celestial guardian. How cool is that, Lindsay? Oh my heavens. Okay. Okay. Well, yeah, so many beautiful messages, Lindsay says. Okay. So, when I just checked with kinesiology just now, there's 5 total paragraphs, but the first one I checked that the second, third, and fourth ones were the ones to read. But then I just asked if I can share the first one, and I got the go ahead. So I'm going to read all 5 little paragraphs here. It says, the celestial guardian, behold your own personal angel, a devoted companion. She is there for you in the moment. Blessed with divine grace, she is supportive of you wherever you are and in whatever you choose to do. You are not alone. Do you know what? I wonder if her picture, if I show the book. Oh, there she is. Look at that. Celestial Guardian. So you can see what she looks like. The healing energy of this angel is sensitive and nourishing. Her gentle strength and courage symbolize hope for a bright new future. This angel will light your way as you face the darkness of your past. She can help release you from destructive bonds of guilt. She will give you the courage to let go of obsessive patterns and old pain with love and forgiveness in your heart. Take her hand as you claim your rightful place in a better world. Her subtle presence will help you to open to an abundant universe filled with love and light. She will teach you how to embrace it and truly feel worthy to receive. Listen for her to whisper ways of finding perfect balance and harmony from within. She is the manifestation that peace is possible. Very beautiful. So staying in the now, hold the vision of your dream and the way that it feels in your heart space, and trust that the celestial guardian angel is with you, helping you move forward. Very beautiful, Lindsay. Wow, that was super cool. Very, very awesome. Okay. Okay, let's do Maris's, and then we'll do Christopher's. I'm going to tuck these cards away. Okay. I'm still getting the astrology dice for Maris, so I'm going to use that. You're so welcome, Lindsay. Thank you for being here with us. Okay, so for Maris, everyone can send some light to Maris. She's probably sleeping right now. Okay. I'm going to close my eyes and line these up. without looking at them. So we get a nice little sentence here. Okay. Ooh. Okay. Nice. Okay, so for Maris is trust the way that you're feeling about the way things are in your life right now. Like, trust the emotions that you have coming up, whether they're pleasant or not. Trust their message that they're delivering, and trust any shifts or any upsets as well, or any changes that might be going on. This is the sign of Aquarius. And notice where you belong. Like, if you've been having unexpected emotions come up, trust them. And then we have the number 6 here on our cube. So you may need to take time and space away by yourself. Kind of like a Buddha would he'd go up and retreat on a mountain, like take time away from other people and observe and then come back. Observe how you feel, observe where it feels like you belong and where you feel most at home, and then take action. But take time to do these other things first. So we have the number 9 here. Wait until you're clear on how you feel and where you belong, and take time away from other people, your loved ones, so that you can get clear on the action to take. And then trust your intuition. So we've got the number 12, so the 12th house. Trust your intuition. Trust spirit guidance that you have coming to you. And the number 7, we've got more psychic spiritual energy here. So trusting the inner intuitive guidance you have received while you sit in stillness by yourself. And I'm going to grab an alphabet card here. I will shuffle the deck and get a declaration for you and a letter. Okay, the letter Q. The letter Q is selfless service to humanity. Looks like the camera's not going to give us a clear picture of our letter Q. The letter Q, the capital or uppercase letter Q, is formed in a clockwise direction, not counterclockwise like we were shown at school. And the little q, the lowercase q, is formed, you form it like you would start out with the lowercase a. You come around just like you normally would, going counterclockwise. And then come around, you don't go all the way to that little bottom line, but you go up, you make a small circle there, come straight down, and then you go back to the left, make a little pillow under the little Q's head, and bring it forward and tie it just like you would a shoelace. The declaration that goes with this is, I lighten the hearts and lives of those whom others pass by. So noticing those that are having a difficulty and helping lift them up and get them moving forward. And now I'm realizing that might go with your 1-8 channel that we were visiting about last Friday morning in study group. So, yep. Alrighty, Maris, that's beautiful. Thank you. Okay. All right, so for Christopher's card draw, let me see. Let's get an inquiry card. I really like one of Elijah's hexagram cards, and we're going to look at the message in this tiny book of changes. And then let's see where we're at when we get there. Feels like there's one more piece, but I'm going to move forward here. Wow, we've been on here a long time, you guys. Oh my gosh, look what time it is. We went into the zone. At least I did. Wow, we've been on here a while. Thank you for being here. Looks like some people dropped off, which is okay. Okay. Question for Christopher. Okay. The card is, what am I committed to? Okay. I like that there's sacral chakra colors in there, throat chakra colors, solar plexus, heart chakra. Very beautiful. What am I committed to? There's depth in there. I like that. Simplicity. Line upon line. You know, I mean, I'm having like, I think it's from the Bible, line upon line, precept upon precept. Like, sticking to the details in order, like that as they come, and layering them so they all make a beautiful storyline or picture together. Okay. It honestly didn't feel like we were sitting here this long. Okay. Gate number 45. This is interesting. We've had so many gates pulled out that are in Gemini. I find that interesting. We talked about this gate during study group on Friday as well. So gate 45 is the ruler, the king or the queen, is gathering together resources for the support of the kingdom and also educating the kingdom. So synergizing all the details together so that everything works, making sure there's enough resources in the pantry, so to speak, or in the warehouse, so that the kingdom is supported moving forward. So the question here is, what am I committed to? And this implies that you're committed to taking care of the kingdom, which I would perceive as being your membership, but it might be something else, who knows? Let's go to gate 45. And again, I'm looking in this cute little book, the Pocket I Ching, the Little Book of Changes. So if anyone, it's written by Peter Crisp. And I really love how he's set up the layout in this book. It's delightful. And then I will roll the cube dice for the line to focus on. The fourth line. So you want to come from your heart for your commitments, for your kingdom, and gathering resources together for those in your kingdom for their education. So the book says, whether it's a festival or a ceremony, a concert or a congress, a collaboration or a movement, getting together with like-minded individuals renews your sense of purpose, and it's fun. The book sees you drawn to a gathering of people like you, united by a common cause, inspired by a shared vision. The book suggests bring something to the table. Offering your talents with sincerity will bring success. As your influence grows, you may encounter resistance. Watch out for slings and arrows. Hold on to the shield of hope. Wear the armor of patience. Sharpen your sword of truth and put on a good show. Which, you know, you honestly do all the time. So the fourth line, it says, it's a great party. Everything is as it should be. So whatever you've got going on right now for plans, I'm perceiving the plans for May, of course. You're headed in the right track and everything's together is what this says. Let me read that again. It says it's a great party. Everything is as it should be. So you're on the ball there, sir, is what I'm getting from that. So thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. All right, my dears. Those of you who've been here all this time, this long reading this evening, which has been very enjoyable, thank you so much for being here. And, you know, being in the space with our community and receiving messages for yourselves and listening to each other's messages. And we have study group this Friday morning at 11 a.m. Central, 10 a.m. Mountain. And we also have oracle readings next Wednesday evening. Also, if you are aware of any light workers that would like to join in on our group, you can send them, have them send Stephanie a message and get in touch with her, because we're wanting to bring other light working information into our study group, our newly named study group, Chiron Study Group. And also, Namaste to Date tomorrow with Christopher in the evening, and he does that live on YouTube and live in the Series Joy Club group and the membership online and a bunch of other stuff. And anyway, at the very least, you can catch it live on YouTube or watch the replay. And I don't know who his guest is tomorrow evening. Maybe Stephanie knows. And I'm sure Stephanie will be sharing that in our group here so that you can go straight to the link. And anyway, thank you again for being here. You all have a lovely, wonderful evening. And thank you so much for being here. And thank you for being you, because the world wouldn't be the same without you. So we will see you all later.